Welcome back, Brunswick, and thank you for staying tuned here in Buzz on Business. We've got our last segment coming to us today with BKO Distillery right here in Medina. Welcome, Ken and Brad.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Pleasure. Thanks for having us.
I appreciate you guys making the time. Hey, I've been looking forward to this segment all day, guys. So we got to dive in a little bit to give me a little more under the cover look at what we're about to learn today. But hey, guys, let's just give the crowd what they want. BKO Distillery, how long have you been in business and where did you come from?
Well, we started officially, there's a couple of years of development before that, but we started officially February 22nd of 2020. Not a great time to start a business. 2 weeks later, the whole world fell apart. So officially, I guess 4.5 years, but that first year and a half, nobody was allowed to leave their house. So really a couple of years that we've actually been able to get out in the community and tell anybody we're around.
Yeah.
But yeah, we began like any other tiny little project. It's still just to this day the two of us building a dream, trying to make something that we believed in, and still believe in. We love it, and what we do is fun.
You know what, I can tell you guys have a lot of fun. So I understand you guys kind of grew up a little bit together in your young adult teenage lives. Have a little history with some music, a little bit of rock and roll.
Yep.
And just like in any niche industry, when two folks are doing the same thing, you tend to cross paths. Take it from there.
Yeah, we've known each other for a long time because, like you said, any time you do the same thing, and especially a niche thing like rock and roll music, like heavy metal guitar players in an area. I grew up in North Royalton, he grew up in Strongsville. That's real close. You're bound to meet everybody else in the area that also does that. We ended up in the same circles a lot and some of the same bands over the years, and we've got quite a few stories of shenanigans that ensued from there.
Absolutely.
I mean, what is there any PG?
I got to go through the Rolodex.
Well, I'll tell you what, just the way you came up with the business, I think is unique. So I understand kind of a reunion get together and so.
Yeah,
it was a Christmas party that he threw, and
yes, we were to be honest, actually, we were writing more music. Him and I had kind of went our different ways, and we're in different bands, and we met up with each other again and said, hey, let's do some more stuff. Let's do something for fun. And we were writing some music together. At that time, the Christmas was coming. I had a Christmas party at my house. He came over, his family comes over, he walks in the door, I pour him a drink. I literally say the line, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we made it, at the time it was a glass of whiskey. So I said, wouldn't it be cool if we made our own whiskey? That just set off a chain of events that's still going to this day.
Yeah. I always make the joke too now that I'm never going to a party at your house ever again. It was the most expensive party I've ever been to in my life.
Most expensive, but, especially from the time.
It worked out. Yeah.
Well, when you start a business, we've very often made the analogy that it's like, jumping out of an airplane, but you got to build your parachute on the way down. And oh, by the way, you've never done this before. And oh, by the way, you don't know how to build a parachute. So good luck with this. Let's go.
That's a great analogy. I think that's a perfect parable. Speaking of you guys' business, what's unique about BKO Distillery? What's different? Voudoux Vodka, right here locally made, and catching a lot of traction and attention and spreading. Why?
Absolutely everything about our business is different than the normal craft distillers, I guess, out there. For one, if you notice, our product name and our business are not the same. It's intentional. I don't know who owns Coca-Cola, neither does most people. The brand is what's important. That's one thing to us. Second thing is we're not building Disneyland, we're not building a destination restaurant. We're focused on not only our product, but a singular product. And to even go further than that, most people try to do a palette of things right away, and we choose to focus our efforts solely on individual things to really make something.
Yeah, make one thing really, really well, and everything will kind of follow suit.
Sure.
And to take that even further, we don't have this long history of this. Most of the people that make alcohol have been doing this for a million years. Their family did it, their grandparents did it, their generations did it. We came in as two guys with completely objective views, and that kind of worked in our favor because that tradition of it's always been done this way holds a lot of things back. When we came at it like, well, if it works and it's better, then that's what we're doing. There was no, well, this is the way my grandpa did it, so I have to do this.
Yeah.
So we literally did objective scientific experimentation for 2 years straight to say, what's going to make this better?
And why can't you do this? Like, why can't you do it that way? Like, why do we have to do it
and
this
what
way?
I liked about that story was too is, from my understanding, you guys didn't like vodka.
Not at all.
4 years ago.
Absolutely despised it. I would, if someone said, "Hey, we only have vodka," I'd be like, "Give me water with a lemon," or Sprite. I would not drink it.
So when you came into this and you decided, hey, let's take something. I guess you looked at it and said, let's take something that's not very good.
Yeah.
And what'd you find out?
So we found out several things. Number one, we found out that vodka is underserved in terms of the attention that anything gets. So what I mean by that is people that make vodka kind of assume that nobody is really scrutinizing what it actually tastes like.
Yeah, it's a mixer.
Yeah,
basically.
they look at it like a mixer, so they look at it as if, well, this is not really that important. Let's spend our efforts elsewhere.
If I put enough cranberry juice in it, it'll taste good.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And if you look at the marketing of really any commercial vodka out there, you'll hear things about their water, you'll hear things about their cocktail recipes. You won't hear much about their actual vodka,
their process.
And that's pretty self-explanatory, For us, the standard was it has to be right out of the bottle, warm and straight. My favorite thing.
Nice.
Otherwise, I'm throwing this in the garbage.
Yeah.
And that's the standard for us, and
It's basically if you took if we could find something that we could drink warm and straight and enjoy it, then the people that actually like vodka would love it. That's the kind of
Taking it a step ahead, a step above.
not take something and trying to make it better, I guess. Yeah.
I love it.
And vodka is huge. It's ubiquitous. Even when you don't drink vodka, you've drank vodka. You've had a Bloody Mary. You've had a Moscow Mule. You've had the cool tinky drinks on the beach. So you end up drinking it regardless of if you're a vodka drinker. And that was like, for us, once again, that was like, wow, like, is nobody scrutinizing it? Is anybody paying attention to what we're all drinking here? I mean, try that. As somebody that does this for a living now, this happens to us every day where we'll say, hey, what's your favorite vodka? And their answer will be whatever it is, it doesn't matter. My next question is, well, have you ever had it straight? And they look at me like I got two hits. And I'm like, well, how do you know it's your favorite?
Right. They know what the
and then
the
immediately
sugar.
they're like, well, I guess I don't.
Right.
And that's
because they just covered up anything that was going to be the taste of it.
right.
Sure. Hey, I'll tell you, we've been talking about vodka for a little bit now, and I'm getting a little bit thirsty with this discussion. You guys are in Medina. Where are we located, real quick?
We are at basically Route 18 and 94 Ridge Road, right on Route 18 on the south side.
As we sit here, we're about 15 minutes from here.
away.
We're right we're technically Sharon Township, I guess, but everybody can. One of the greatest things about this community, this chamber, everybody is Medina County kind of just all considers Medina County as Medina County. I mean, whether you're from Brunswick Hills or Sharon Township or Granger or Montville or Medina, everybody comes together at the community events and they say Medina. And it's a really
Why that is?
really cool.
It's a West Virginia. I brought that from West Virginia. Everybody used to want to say cities, and I didn't know what anybody was talking about because it's all counties where I come from. And now you're right. We do have a beautiful thing, Northern Medina County Chamberlains. I've got Ken and Brad here with me from BKO Distillery. They got Voudoux Vodka. You're not going to be able to get it off the shelves before long. Don't pass it up. They're in our backyard. Let them know we love them. Encourage them to keep. Started their business in the middle of the pandemic. God bless them. They're doing something right. And hopefully they let us just follow them into this trajectory that they're on. So God bless you guys. Look forward to coming down.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you guys so much for having us.